This is a live game between Patelsahill with the white pieces and Havenfell with the black. It starts as a quiet, offbeat opening, knights and pawns, nothing dramatic. But keep your eye on one square, f7. In the opening, that square sits right next to the uncastled king, and it is the softest spot on the board. One careless pawn move is about to invite trouble. White strikes in the center, hoping to seize space and open lines early. But this is the first slip. After this thrust, black can simply take on e4, and the knight on f3 does not win the pawn back right away. Black is just up material. The engine wanted the calm d4 here, building a solid pawn center instead of gambling one away. With the knight jumping to g5, white eyes both the extra pawn on e4 and the tender f7 square. Black develops to defend e4, natural but not best. The engine preferred bf5, holding the pawn cleanly and keeping a real edge. Instead, this lets white claw back into the game, and the advantage nearly evaporates. White tries to undermine the e4 pawn from below, planning to recapture and equalize. The idea is sound, but the move order is loose. The engine preferred bc4, developing with pressure straight at f7 instead. After the pawns come off here, black still stands comfortably, a small but real edge. Here is the moment everything turns. Black pokes at the knight on g5, assuming it has to scurry back. It is the most human reaction in the world, and it is a serious blunder. The knight is not trapped at all. It has a far nastier idea. With the king still in the center and f7 undefended, the engine screams for simple development with nc6 instead. Watch what white finds. Pause the video right here. Black just played h6, attacking the knight on g5 and expecting it to retreat. But the black king is still in the center, and f7 is hanging by a thread. White to move. Can you find the move that punishes this? The obvious, safe retreat. But this is exactly what black hoped for. White meekly steps back, stays a pawn down, and hands black a comfortable, better game. Centralizing and offering a trade looks tidy. But after the knights come off, black can even chop the queens with a check, and white is left worse with nothing to show for it. A flashy check feels forcing, but black just blocks with c6 and shoos the bishop away. White has wasted a tempo, and the knight on g5 still has to move next. The answer is nxf7. The knight sacrifices itself on the weakest square. After the king is forced to take with kxf7, the bishop checks with bg6+, and when the king grabs it with kxg6, the d-file lies wide open and qxd8 wins the black queen. White gives up two minor pieces but collects the queen and a pawn, leaving the black king stranded in the open. This is the f7 motif every club player must know. When the enemy king is stuck in the center, that one square can turn a quiet game into a knockout. The king has no choice but to grab the knight and step into the open. Now the bishop checks, dragging the king even further into the storm. The king snaps off the bishop, but the d-file is wide open now. And there it is, the queen falls, and white comes out ahead with the black king stranded. Black develops the knight to the rim, trying to get any piece moving. White castles, calmly tucking the king away. Black walks the king toward the corner, hoping to find a hiding spot. It is understandable, but a touch slow. The engine preferred striking back in the center with e5 to free the trap pieces. The king hunt is over. Now it is just a matter of technique. A check, and white repositions the queen with tempo. The king retreats once more. The engine slightly preferred blocking with g6 to keep the king side knit together. Either way, black is simply down heavy material and shuffling the king around. White develops the bishop, finishing off the pieces. Black grabs a little central space with a pawn. White reroutes the knight, eyeing the strong e4 outpost. It is fine, though the engine liked the quiet a3 first, denying black's pieces the b4 square. A small inaccuracy that changes nothing about who is winning. Black develops the bishop to an active diagonal. The engine pointed to the knight, jumped to b4, hitting the queen and grabbing some initiative back. Neither side's small slips matter now. White's extra material does the talking. The knight leaps to its outpost in the center. Black trades the knights off. The queen recaptures, dominating the center. Black defends, but the position is already in tatters. And White scoops up another pawn. The rest is just cleanup. One lesson, burned in. Never poke at a piece when your own king is still in the center. The square f7, guarded only by the king in the opening, is where games like this are won and lost. Develop, castle, and respect that square.